Greetings, loves. Hit the like button, share this video out. Make sure you subscribe and make sure your notifications are on. And guys, leave me a comment and tell me what you think about this. Did you see this interview? Kandi Burris interviewed Jussie Smollett about a month ago. And it's interesting because I was putting together a little documentary on Mr. Smollett. And I myself, I don't know about you guys, do believe that Jussie Smollett is guilty, okay, of falsifying that incident. And I do not forgive him because why? You know, people go through stuff, but when you go spreading it to others and you cause harm to others, then it's a problem. And Jussie still has not come out and told the truth. And for whatever reason, his family is supporting them. And I think that's about their family image because they have to know he's lying. First of all, he's a terrible liar. If the public can tell he's lying before it was proven that he's a liar, then they have to know that he's lying. So I can't even support them anymore. And I loved his little sister journey, but come on, guys, come on. Um, I found this to be interesting. I wanted to see because I guess I wasn't the only one. The other people too thought that maybe he was gonna go ahead and fess up. Yeah, I really did think that. I mean, I didn't know what else he would be on here, but they said right off the bat, Candy's a friend, she's a supporter, and Kandi stated that, she's the type of person, it doesn't matter what you're going through, she's not going to turn her back on you. And, there's not too many people out there that are like that. And yes, we know that I love Kandi. So there is some biasness in what I'm about to say. However, I am an open minded person. And I just think that, this is a big world. We have a lot of people in it. And we have all types. And I guess we need those types too, because if we didn't have them, then some people wouldn't probably have a shot at rehabilitation. Now, do I think that there's a shot for rehabilitation for Jussie? No, I think he's going to pass away on this hill. I think Jussie has so much, I don't want to say support, I want to say uh enablements. Too many people enable him, and he is going to continue, even though it has been proven. I think that there is something mentally wrong with this dude. So they come on here, and Jussie, I made it through almost the whole interview, but I just couldn't take it no more because close to the end, they really kind of get into the incident a little bit. And I think Kandi has got so much better. Her interviewing skills, she's gotten really, really comfortable with interviewing. And she finally got him to start talking about it. And I just had to stop the video there because he is 10 toes down on where he stands. Now, they first started talking about, of course, he has been doing some work here and there. And he got involved, I think, with Lee Daniels or somebody, and he's been doing work with them and he got some projects coming out. They announced that. I don't care. And there's a lot of people in the comment section who they're not dealing with Jussie either, but he does have a lot of support. And some people say they ain't worried about all that. They don't care about all that. Find that interesting. But again, I have to go by what I said. We need all kinds of people, right? So there you have that. Another, he was saying that he was going to a lady gang and he was eating a lot of chicken, although I love me some candy. I've been on Lady Gang twice, and eh, I rated like a 3 overall, including the food. So, and I was at the secondary location. I wasn't at the original. With all fairness, um, so I don't know which one he was at, but he was talking about going there with Don Juan, and he had gained a lot of weight at one time. He also talked about having a lot of relapse in drug use. So, uh, okay, you can be honest about that, but I think I heard that before. So he's speaking on something that we already knew. Now, when he gets to talking about this incident, And Kendi was like, who do you think, will have a motive to like set you up or something like that? And he said Chicago PD because that's how they get down. So he's pretty much saying that Chicago PD set him up, blah, blah, blah. But I've seen a lot of, official documentaries on this situation, and I just don't see how anything is possible. But I don't believe Jussie. And Jussie is annoying to me. The different voices and characters that he tried to do, it just doesn't sell. I really find it interesting that he's such a bad actor when talking about the situation when Empire was such a great show and everybody on that show was such a great actor. He was actually one of my favorite characters on there. I thought he was one of the best actors on Empire. He had such passion and he was so believable, and that's really where I was introduced to him at. So I was surprised to see him in real life in this situation because I was like, this can't be the same guy because his acting skills in real life suck. And that is what hands down really told me this guy is lying because he is trying his best and it's not working. But um, I don't know. Jussie, Kandi asked him about the cast of Empire, and he said he is cool with Taraji, but he don't really talk to anybody else. Now she asked him about Hakeem Bashir. I don't know if you guys know about what he's been up to, but go on Twitter and look him up. I was gonna do a video about him a while back, but it's not gonna make it. It's not gonna pass on my platforms. That guy is doing openly GAYPORN real bad, real bad. Twitter, they just let you do that. And I try to stay off Twitter. I never understood that. But, Jussie said, hey, the guy's going through some things and I'm trying to reach out to him, let him know I'm here for him. But he didn't say this part, but sounds like he don't hear back from him and he didn't want to speak on it further. She tried, but he was saying he spent like $3 million on his lawyer's fees. He's still paying for it, and you know, he's just talking about he's tired of talking about it, and he went over it and went over it and blah blah blah. And then I was just like, oh no, he's not. And I just had to stop the video because it's like, Jussie, what? It's like a mentally ill person who just won't get help. Cause I mean, if you're an addict, you relapse, and then you had an overweight problem, so you clearly do have some issues that you need to address. Can we agree to that? Because that whole situation was weird, and the fact that he is still to this day, I'm not sure what it is. I think he might be just the type of person that once he convinces himself that, hey, what I'm saying is true, then that's just where it's at. It's already true in his head, so it can't be untrue. Or he doesn't want to look his family in the face and say, hey, I really did lie to you guys. Because every time I hear him talk about this, he talks about his family and how they support him and how his mom say, hey, do they know that you're somebody's son and all this kind of stuff, and the anguish and stuff that they've gone through. And I just don't think that he's ever gonna fess up. And I know that there are mixed opinions on that and on this situation, and nobody's perfect and people make mistakes, but as a grown adult, you should know that you should not be out here. This guy said, I'm the gay Tupac. I mean, come on, we remember all of this stuff, and it was a big deal. This wasn't a small thing that Jussie did, and I, for one, cannot pretend like it was. And I can never forgive or support Jussie ever. If Jussie had apologized, maybe. I no longer I like him. I liked his character in Empire. I liked his acting skills and his singing skills. It's just not gonna be enough to get me to forgive him. I know he bragged about his fiance. Nobody cares, Jussie. Good for you. You got somebody to love you. I hope you know what you did. Unless he just accepts your lie. I just don't understand. It's just really weird. But he kind of looks like an old man now. That's interesting. Um, I don't have much else except for I'll never support Jussie. Never. Never. He could never. At this point, even if he comes out later and say, yeah, it's too late because you're an adult. And by now, you should have fessed up to what you did because nobody's believing you, Jussie. Nobody's believe. It's been proven that you have lied. And if you could spend $3 million on lawyers' fees, I'm sure you can spend money proving that you were set up. How are you set up, bro? How, Jussie? Just go. You said tap dancing? Yeah, go try that.